Hey.
What's up?
Hey. You ready to get your mind blown?
Hit me.
I'm about to press play on our theme song.
Oh, the fucking theme song.
If I had a dick, I'd be jacking off right now.
During it or before? Wait, during it?
I don't know. Is it more about anticipation when you have a dick or?
It's just more about coming.
Okay.
So, Bethany
and
Sean.
We are a couple of nuts talking.
I mean, if that ain't a hit theme song, I don't know what is a hit theme song, because that's a fucking hit.
That's a banger.
That's what we call a banger in the industry.
I'd banger.
So, if anybody out there needs a theme song written for their life, just in general, a theme song you want to wake up to every day.
Or you want to send us a challenge with some words for a theme song or a segment idea.
But I literally like the idea of we can write you a theme song for your life, and you could just crank that shit every morning you get up, every night before you go to bed, before you do anything. You have it on in your car the entire time.
The inspirational soundtrack to your life.
Go ahead and shoot us a message, and we'll hit you back with some pricings and payment plans that we could work out.
They're going to think you're kidding, but we're not.
No, I'm not.
It's kind of like Cameo, but we're not going to use an app.
We'll write you a song.
We'll write you a song. So about anything. Maybe you got a new product that you're making yourself and you need a theme song. Done. Maybe you have some lucky looker that you'd like to ask out and need our help.
Hey.
Done.
Valentine's Day is not
all
around
the way
the
till
corner,
next year.
But it will be here, maybe, and we can write you a theme song to give to that crush that you have.
Why wouldn't we just think of the next holiday that's coming up, like 4th of July?
We could write a 4th of July theme song.
We could write a song about anything.
About anything.
Watch.
It doesn't even have to be a holiday.
Hammer out a word for me. Hammer out, pretend you're somebody and give me a little bit about yourself, and I'll write a song.
I'm going poop.
What's your name? Where are you from?
My name's Jerry, and I am on my way to the restroom right now.
It's Jerry, and he's got to poop. It's Jerry, and he's got to poop. Watch out, everyone.
Jerry gonna
a
dump.
stinker is gonna come.
Jerry gonna dump.
Jerry has to poop.
Jerry gonna dump.
Jerry gonna make a poop poop.
Jerry gonna dump.
Jerry gonna make a poop poop.
Jerry gonna
all
make
over
a
you.
Dump. Poop.
Jerry.
I like make a poo poo. It's weird when people say, because I say it too, it's weird when people say, I gotta go take a shit.
Or dump. I don't like dump.
Or I gotta take a dump. I like that, but it's like, you're not taking the dump. You're leaving the dump.
Yeah.
I gotta go leave a dump. Relax. Ugh, gotta go leave a dump.
They're not gonna understand why you just said relax really angrily at me.
Doesn't matter, baby. Jerry gonna take a dump.
Gonna make a poop.
So.
Here, let me give you one now.
We're in the business.
Hi, my name is Michelle, and I love pancakes.
Michelle waking up. Michelle's waking up. It's time for her favorite pancake. I said, Michelle, she's waking up.
Sweet dough.
Well, Michelle, she's waking up.
Sweet syrup.
I said, Michelle, it's time for your favorite breakfast. It's pancakes. You eat them. They're so sweet. You put butter on them and Mrs. Butterworth syrup.
Yum.
Michelle,
okay,
it's lunchtime.
You have to learn
Michelle,
when to cut
it's dinner
the song.
time. You can have pancakes at any meal. Michelle, it's your world. It's your world.
This is why you aren't in charge of this. His songs would be 5 minutes long. We're talking about a 15 to 30 second banger for you.
Right. Like all the ones you've heard so far.
How long was that one, honestly?
Well, that one was just,
minutes. I'm so good.
Well, you know what? I was, there's something I wanted to just quickly touch on. I was walking home. I went and got coffee with a buddy. And as I was walking home, I was staring at the palm trees.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of palm trees here in Southern California.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, what the fuck is the point of a palm tree?
Yeah, they were brought here.
But even then, what purpose did a palm tree serve? So then,
Coconuts.
no, because coconuts don't grow. Coconuts grow on coconut trees.
But don't those look like palm trees? Coconut trees?
Oh, maybe.
Oh.
I probably.
I'm going to look it up.
But I have them right here.
Well, does it say?
They're called the Erisaceae.
Oh, that's technical term?
That's what a monocote order Araceli. So I was thinking maybe they were made specifically for brachiosaurs and brontosauruses, the dinosaurs. What do you think?
For what? To eat the leaves?
To eat the leaves, because they're so tall. There's one that I was walking past right over here, and it is so tall. And for anybody to climb that tall to get a palm or a cocoa nut is just crazy.
Yeah, it's not like they're good for shade, or which is weird because they're on
Well,
beaches.
the palm is. The actual leaf up there is if you can grab it and make a little hut out of it.
But you're saying you can't even...
Right. Well, I'm looking at some here, and they are a little shorter in other places. But I was looking at it, and I was like, what the fuck is the point of this thing?
Oh, listen to this. So I was right. So some palm trees grow coconuts. All coconut trees grow coconuts. Does that make sense?
Right.
Not all palms are coconut growers.
Right. So the ones here, like in LA, don't have coconuts,
Don't have
or else
coconuts.
cars would be getting smashed all
That'd be
day.
dope, though. You just walk around grabbing cokes.
That would be cool.
Especially because they're expensive here.
There's so many different kinds of palm trees, too. I honestly thought they were just made for long neck dinosaurs. That's what I thought the purpose of them was just specifically for a long neck dinosaur to feed on.
That's a lot of...
Herbivores.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a lot of tree for so little purpose.
That's what I was thinking, and there's not much of a meal for a gigantic dinosaur, I guess.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's not great at shade unless you can grab them and use the leaves in a human way. There's
a lot of stuff that you get out of a
palm oil.
I mean, you get carnauba wax, ratans, palm oil. Several species are harvested for heart of palm and vegetables eaten in salads.
Oh, right, heart of palm. So that's the thing where you chop at the root of it, like at the bottom of the tree.
The what?
At the root of the tree. Are you gonna
make
fun of my accent?
Are you meaning to say foot?
No, the root, like where it's in the ground.
Oh, the root.
Yes. You start hacking at that, and then when you get in the middle, it's like this meaty, sweety.
Yeah.
Heart of palm. There's
something called dragon's blood, which is a red resin used traditionally in medicine, varnish, and dyes, may be obtained from the fruit of the Demiochropus species, because there's different types of species of palm trees.
I wonder if Cropus is related to Krampus.
Right. So that was just a thought. As I was walking along today, looking up at the palm trees, and I said, oh, man.
Those are for dinosaurs.
Those are for brachiosaurs and brontosauruses. That's fucking awesome.
Okay.
So that was just me walking down the street, taking making discoveries and stuff like that.
We should probably go on to the next thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes Sean thoughts maybe shouldn't be shared.
Is there anything you wanted to talk about in particular today, Bethany?
Well, I mean, just that I'm on antibiotics and it's kicking my ass.
Yeah. It is.
I haven't been feeling too grapes. I will give props to Sean. I did have one day where I was almost incapacitated.
Oh boy, did she ever.
And everything was like, I was so dizzy and so nauseous, and I had a migraine. And I mean, you know this, Sean, but I don't go to bed early. Like, I have the whole, I'll go to bed. And Sean even has to go, let's go to bed. Come on. Come to bed.
I like to turn in around 10:30. I like to be in the bed no later than 11 because I know we're going to be up for a little bit in the bed. So
It's very helpful. It's helped my whole entire life, so I'm very appreciative of it. But no matter what, my internal clock wants to just stay up and keep doing whatever I'm doing. But anyways, this was a rare day where I felt so horrid that I had to go to bed early. I like sat up and he had to help me get to the bed
yeah.
and I was out. And the thing is this is crazy. You have to eat with antibiotics, and every second I was like not hungry. If I thought about food, we had this delicious quiche we got from Casco, and it
Yeah.
was so good. We
So
ate the
good.
first one immediately in
There's like
day one,
five servings in this thing.
and we ate it all the first time we made it. And then the second, they come in 2-pack, and we made the other one. And during my first piece of the second one, my nausea hit a level I'd never have.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't know, I'm paranoid and terrified of throwing up.
Yes, she is.
So I've only thrown up twice in my entire life.
Which is crazy because I've thrown up so many times. Like, I'm talking thousands of times.
Wow.
There was a point in time in my life where I was eating so many opiates, painkillers. My stomach was so jacked up. And this may sound crazy, but I was eating like dozens of these things at a time.
Yeah.
I was broke because of it, but
I was broke because of it.
this is kind of gross, everybody. Just to interject here for 1 second, if you don't want to listen to something gross, I highly recommend you step away. I used to take so many of these pills, there were times I would get sick because I didn't have them the next day. So then when I finally got them, I'd eat a handful of them, and I'd immediately throw them up.
And then
Right.
you would eat them
I
again?
would have to sift through my own vomit and pick the pills out.
So
and
you'd
then eat
purposely
them
not then throw up in a toilet, I would
again.
assume.
Oh, no. Usually I would get the pills and I would eat them immediately. So I'd go meet, my pill dealer, and I'd be in my car. But,
AKA my car.
Oh, no. I never threw up in your car. This was this
good.
was before us. I was just doing heroin with you,
Okay.
with you, babe. Not
No, you
pills.
did both.
I did do pills. Yeah, I did. But yeah, I used to drive around with a trash can in my car and a trash bag because I just expected myself to throw up. And so that is a little glimpse into my life. Right back to you, babe.
Yeah, I love how it was my story, and then you just,
Because it's all about me.
again, you just take my stories. Anyways, I have a fear
Well, you
of
were talking about how great I was.
Yeah, I'm going to scratch that now.
Oh.
Those stories brought up some stuff,
Oh.
like a little history vomit for me.
Yeah, well,
Little monetary history vomit.
well, I lived with an addict.
Wow. Anywho, you're such an asshole. I don't even know where I am in my story because you fucking
You
take
went to
it.
bed really early, and you have a fear of throwing up.
Oh, no, what I was going to say is I had to eat to take the pill, but the biggest side effect of this pill is that you're nauseous, could throw up, have diarrhea, like so many awful things. And like Sean was like, you have to eat. And we have these little Trader Joe granola bars that are so small. In fact, I've been on a kick with them, and every time I eat them, I think, this is so small. Like, is this made for a child?
Oh,
I
God.
could eat like 3 of them.
It's tiny, and it's just pure sugar.
And then this time when I was trying to eat it, I was like, oh, God, I cannot get through this. I kept asking him, I'm like, how much more do I have to eat?
Yeah. You
It
were
was
laying
bad.
in bed, and you just wouldn't eat. You couldn't eat anything. And then I had to eat that whole quiche all myself, which I'm not mad about because it was delicious.
I think you can eliminate the word had and just said, I ate the whole
I ate
quiche.
the whole
myself.
quiche.
Yeah. Nobody had a gun to your head.
Well. So, yeah. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, babe, and I'm glad you got through that.
Yeah, I mean, it's my last day today, and I don't feel 100% yet. Like,
Yeah.
it's still in me, I think, and because I'm still nauseous a little bit, but yeah, I can't wait to feel better. Just 7 days of that.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah, I've been on antibiotics. I get seasonal sinus infections, so I'm sure none of you noticed. You probably can't hear that my voice is nasally, but believe it or not, it really is nasally because I'm clogged up.
You have a
All the
lot of
time.
improvement, though. Are you still neti potting?
No, that actually I feel like was making it worse. Maybe I
I
wasn't.
don't
Maybe
think
I
so.
wasn't cleaning it the right way or something. But I felt like something was getting in there and it was making it worse.
I wish you listened to me and didn't use a saline and just used water.
I did that for a while, and it just made it worse.
I don't
feel
know
like
because you improved.
I might have flushed out the bacteria, but every time I did it, it would inflame everything, and it made it worse, where I could not breathe at all out of my nose. But
Maybe it has to get worse before it gets better.
I mean,
Like my antibiotic story, where I'm hoping I feel better after this.
yeah.
Because I just endured that. By the way, my doctor called me halfway through and was like, "How is everything?" And I was like, "Girl, this is not good for me." And she was like, "Oh, we could have done something else." And I was like, "Why?" That's what we could talk about. Like, why wouldn't she have informed me of all the ways I could have went about what was wrong with me instead of just, here's where you're going to go and do with this? And by the way, this one was the most aggressive as far as side effects go and impending into my life. Where the other options was like, boom, you can get a shot, or boom, you can get a cream, or boom, like all these things. And it's like, wait, I didn't have to be nauseous and put this in my stomach.
Yeah.
Or I could have just got a shot and that was it. Like I wouldn't have to think every time.
Well, she probably gets more
Money.
money
Of course
for
she
the
does, because then it's
prescription.
pharmaceutical.
Yeah. That's the way it works. It's an industry, honey. It's
I
a
know.
business.
It's just she didn't even give me any of that knowledge. It was like, here's the only thing that will fix you.
Right.
But
Well, you're feeling better, so that's good.
yeah. A little bit. I'm still real tired.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you guys can't notice because I bring it.
Yeah.
I always do my best.
You're on fire, babe.
I'm tap dancing under the table.
You're fire.
I'm lit and fire. Yes.
Well, I guess that's a good segue into something that I thought would be interesting to talk about on A Couple of Nuts Talking, the podcast where we talk about everything and you learn nothing.
So you're welcome.
You're welcome. And
We don't want to bog you down. We don't want you feeling like this is homework.
No.
Or we don't want you feeling like any different after you listen to us.
No.
No. We
No.
want you laughing and falling asleep.
Well, this subject isn't very funny, but you know, searching this stuff on the internet, my search history looks very suspect. It looks very questionable.
Babe, the kids today now say just sus.
Sus. It looks very sus. Hey kids, my search history looks super sus.
Looking sus.
For all the adults, my search history looks very suspect. Today I wanted to talk about necrophilia, which I've got it pulled up here. I've got the Wikipedia of necrophilia pulled up, and it's also known as necrophilism, necrolognia, necrocroitis, necroclesis, and thanatophilia. It's very good, baby.
I had my first burp.
You know, that happens after you die. You burp, you fart, you pee, you poop.
All those bodily functions that Sean and I love to speak on.
The gas still has to make its way out, which it does.
Well, and it builds up more gas.
So necrophilia is sexual attraction towards or a sexual act involving corpses.
Dead people.
It is classified as paraphilia by the World Health Organization. In its International Classification of Diseases Diagnostic Manual, as well as by the American Psychiatric Association in its Diagnostic and Statistical Manual. That's what it says on. I just read that really weird, but that's what it says on Wikipedia. Now here's the crazy thing about this. Like, I looked up necrophilia. I'm interested in serial killers and all that stuff, and murders, and
It's basically all we watch.
yeah. And there's a certain kind of psychopath that likes to have sex with the body after they kill it. Doesn't matter. What I didn't know was that there were different classes of necrophilias.
Is it like how much they've been dead for, if they know them?
Well, I'll read them all off to you.
Okay.
There's a total of 10 classes of necrophilias.
Wow.
Yeah. Like,
And then I feel like we should talk about what we feel about each one.
yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Of course. I mean, obviously. Which one are you, everybody? That's essentially
Like if you
the
have
reason
to
why I'm doing
pick
this.
one of these,
Which necrophiliac
which necrophiliac are
are you?
This should be a Facebook little thing. Do you know what I
Right,
mean? How they
right.
make you fill those stupid things out.
And you don't have the option of not being a necrophiliac. You have to pick one.
You have to.
You have to. So
like,
there's 10 here.
In other words, when Sean and I speak on which one we're going to pick, that just means we had to pick one. We don't need anyone to call on us or think that we're any which way. The game is you must pick one. All right, list them off.
I think I know which one I am just by scanning over them. And we'll get to that one when it's there. And we'll talk about it. So,
I got to hear them all first.
yeah, of course. I'm familiar with the subject because I've been looking this up for a while, but it was just crazy when I looked it up the first time.
I remember we've talked about this before.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, there's different kinds of I mean, obviously there's different kinds of necrophiliacs, but the kinds are just wild. So class 1, role players, people who get aroused when pretending their partner is dead during sexual activity. So that's a class 1 necrophiliac.
I have a feeling there's a lot of those.
I think there is.
I have a feeling even if the man isn't wanting that, the woman may act dead.
Yeah, there was this dope-ass movie called Night Watch with Ewan McGregor, and this guy would do that. He would put toe tags on the girls and everything before he banged them. That was his fetish. He'd put a toe tag on them and put a sheet over them like they were on a cold slab.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that stuff? I don't have the energy to do all that planning, like the prep work that all these different types of fetishes need.
Well, your partner, if that was my fetish, you wouldn't have to do anything.
You would do
I
it.
would take care of all of that.
Oh, that would be nice. Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
So, that one.
Let's not talk about each of them. Let's just list them off.
Class 2, romantic necrophiliacs, bereaved people who remain attached to their dead lover's body. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Class 3, necrophiliac fantasizers, people who fantasize about necrophilia but do not physically interact with corpses.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Class 4, tactile necrophiliacs, people who are aroused by touching or stroking a corpse without engaging in intercourse. Class 5, fetishistic necrophiliacs, people who remove objects or body parts from a corpse for sexual fetishes without engaging in intercourse.
What objects do you remove?
Arms, legs, hands. They'll get
so
off.
It's an appendage, like
they'll get off on
like on a finger,
cutting off their head or some
Got
weird
you.
shit.
Okay.
This one's kind of, where was I? Class 6, necromutilomaniacs.
Well, I already know what that one is.
People who derive pleasure from mutilating a corpse while masturbating without engaging in intercourse. Class 7, opportunistic necrophiliacs. People who normally have no interest in necrophilia, but take the opportunity when it arises.
Like, that's something I feel like, is that more of a curious, look at that hole there.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll touch on that when I tell you which ones I relate to.
Okay.
Class 8, regular necrophiliacs, people who preferentially have intercourse with the dead.
Meaning that's their only means of sexual pleasure.
That's what they prefer. Class 9, homicidal necrophiliacs.
They have to kill them, I bet.
Necrosadists, people who murder someone in order to have sex with them, their victim.
Yeah.
And then class 10, exclusive necrophiliacs, like VIP necrophiliacs, people who have an exclusive interest in sex with the dead and cannot perform at all for a living partner. Mm-hmm. So that's it. That's the 10 classes of necrophiliacs. I think I know which one. I'm multiple, I think.
Okay.
I think I'm multiple necrophiliac.
I would not put it past you where if we lived in a world where this wasn't illegal and you just stumbled. Now, I could be wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I just feel like with all the Seanisms and you were living on an island and you came across this dead girl that you would go, I'm going to fuck it. I'm going to fuck it once. I'm going to see. I could be totally wrong.
Right.
I wonder what a dead girl feels like.
Well, oh yeah, there was another thing too. I don't know where it is, but it's also not considered necrophilia for like a certain amount of time.
Oh, yes. I do remember that.
So like if I wake up, so that's what brings me to which kind of necrophiliac I believe that I would be if I were to be a necrophiliac. It's also crazy. There's a whole bunch of shit about animals in here. There's like necrophiliac animals that fuck animals that have been dead for days.
Yeah, no, we're not going to talk about that.
But I think I am a class 2 romantic necrophiliac, bereaved people who remain attached to their dead lover's body, and I might be an opportunistic necrophiliac.
Is that the one I said?
People who normally have no interest in necrophilia, but take the opportunity when it arises. So hear me out.
I feel like every man
I think so.
is that.
I wake up, to your lifeless dead body.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's sad.
Heaven forbid. I never want to think about that, but we're going to talk about that for a second. I wake up next to you, and I'm so heartbroken, but I love you so much, and I just can't get over it, and I'm still sexually attracted to you, obviously. That's not going to change just because you're dead. I think, oh, man, it might take a while, like, fuck, she's fucking dead, I can't believe this.
That's what I was going to ask. What's the time frame
Right,
here?
see, I don't know, because I never, but I'm going to give myself, I don't know, 30 minutes or something like that. I'll be like, oh my gosh, she's
like
dead.
When the
sad.
initial shock wears off.
But then it'll hit me like, I have to call 911. They have to come take her. Now, when they take her, she's gone forever.
Oh, that's so sad.
Opportunity comes in. So class 2 already, you're starting to look good to me because you always look good to me, babe. Know what I'm saying? So that's, that's when class 2's kicking in. And then, shit, they're going to take her away. And they're going to put all this stuff in her, embalm her, and all that shit. I'm going to get mine one more time before they take her away. Hence, me being an opportunistic necrophiliac. Like, this is the opportunity.
That's why I'm saying I feel like all men are that one. Because out of curiosity, out of love, out of whatever it is.
Right. But I'm sure there's some dudes that are like, ew, fuck no. Like, I'm sure there's some people that are like that.
Oh, I'm sure they are too. And I'm sure they're materialistic people. I feel like there's an attachment to things like a thing, that if something dies is now a thing, and so it's not good enough, whatever. Anyway,
that's the thing. It wouldn't be like I'm just, fucking gotta get it on this thing, this hole right here. It's like, 'cause it's you.
Right. No.
So that's why I'm a class 2, and I'm a class 7. I'm a romantic necrophiliac and an opportunistic necrophiliac. If I were to be one.
Again,
disclaimer
the game
here,
is you have to
be a necrophiliac. It's not, you don't have an option to not be a necrophiliac. I am not a necrophiliac, just so you know. Pause on the game. I am not a necrophiliac, and I don't think about these things unless I'm researching these things like I'm doing right now, okay?
Right. This is all in the name of research.
All in the name of research, and it's for you to gain absolutely no knowledge about anything at all.
Now,
press play
first of all,
on the game now. Back to being a necrophiliac. Play.
You don't ever have to be a necrophiliac. We're just playing the game. You don't have to even say that you are.
No, but right now I am one
game.
because we're playing the game.
Wow,
so
okay.
play. I'm I'm an opportunistic and a romantic necrophiliac.
Play a game.
I want to play a game.
I want to play a game. So here, okay, so I was right. That's basically what I was going to guess for you, for sure. The romantic one, because I feel like I would too. If I were to write a horror, and I am now going to write a horror about this, which I kind of can't wait for, unless it's already been done.
There's not many films about necrophiliacs.
No, but I don't mean someone who knows they're a necrophiliac. I'm saying it happens because of a partner passing. And like for women, we can't just hop on your dick because you're
Right.
dead. It's done. Like
Right.
this is literally only men can be necrophiliacs. So,
I mean, or does the boner stay hard when the man dies? No, it's
no,
blood flowing.
no, it needs the blood.
But rigor mortis, yeah, it
Maybe
takes time
if
to
they
set in.
die with the boner, but no.
Yeah.
Anyways, I might flop it around if it was you. Like I might just look at it for the last time and be like blip blip and like
So opportunistic.
reminisce. Well, no, because I wouldn't get any sexual pleasure from it. Mine's more like I
Right, but
miss
what
my
if it
baby.
did get? What if I did get a dead boner? Like,
Yeah, I might sit on it.
okay,
Yeah,
that's hot.
I might sit on it because you're my baby, and that would be the last
Yeah.
second time I would have with you.
Yeah.
Now the difference is I get real like I even us talking about it makes me so sad.
I know.
So I don't know if sex would be anything that I would think about
Yeah.
in that moment. But I would like look at all of you
Yeah.
and lay with you. I would definitely lay with you
Well,
and
that's
put your
not
arm around me.
necrophilia. That's just laying with your loved one. You know, they used to, I think you still might be able to. Some people can bury their loved ones on their land like they used to back in the day. You would just, if
That's so
if
dope.
your wife or husband or kid died, you'd mourn them. They'd stay in bed for a few days. And
Why
then
wouldn't you? Because you can just walk out your door
Yeah,
and be with them
think you
instead
still
of go to a
can.
graveyard.
if you have like your own land and
Yeah.
stuff like that, I think you can, unless you need some sort of permit to bury a body. But I mean, there's still plots of land with little tiny family graveyards
Yeah.
in them. So, I mean, maybe there's a certain year that stopped or something. I don't know, but I love that idea.
Yeah.
You know, you lay with the family member for however long, whatever the mourning period is,
Yeah.
and then you bury them in the backyard, and then they're always there with you.
I'm just going to answer and play the game. I can only be the first one, the pretend to be dead.
The role
'cause-
player, yeah.
Yeah. As women, we can only be that one. So guys get to, when they play the game, they get to pick a whole bunch of them,
Yeah.
or whatever. But yeah, I can only be the pretend dead.
Well, no.
Why?
No, that's not true at all. You could be a necrophiliac fantasizer, a person who fantasizes about necrophilia but does not physically interact with the corpse.
But see, you have to understand, as a woman, like, there's nothing pleasurable about thinking about just this, like, stick, just this, like, hard
Right.
thing, and we have to do all the work. Or
Right.
maybe that's just me. I don't know.
It could be.
But, like,
But there's, I mean,
the pluses are, shh, they're quiet. Love that.
wow.
The other one is probably no sweat and, anything like that. And the third thing is it would never go away, so you'd have it as long as you needed it. But like, and then no finish. Like we don't have to clean anything up, which is
Right.
great. So I guess there are a lot of perks. But for me personally, like I don't want to have to do all that work and like,
So you'd have to be alive and pretend the partner is dead during sexual. But yeah, because there are multiple ones here where people just get aroused by touching or stroking a corpse and they don't actually engage in intercourse with the corpse.
yeah, no.
You know, there's the people that masturbate while chopping off appendages and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's not you?
That's not me, no.
Okay.
It's weird though that someone like the discovery of that. Like who's discovering that what like you'd
I'll
have to
tell you
be
what.
you'd have to already be post masturbation.
Yeah.
In other words, you're already like into the act and then you're like, I'm going to try and cut this arm off and see if it just fucking makes me calm.
Okay, so here's a little bit, a little more information.
Do you know how many people probably went to our next episode after this?
Yeah. That's okay, though. There's going to be a couple that are listening still. So in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, 5th edition, recurrent, intense sexual interest in corpses can be diagnosed under other specified paraphilic disorder, necrophilia, when it causes marked distress or impairment in important areas of functioning. So, yeah, there's the 10 tiers. And then additionally, criminologist Lee Mellor's typology of homicidal necrophilias consists of 8 categories, A through H, and is based on the combination of 2 behavioral axes: destructive, which the offender mutilates the corpse for sexual reasons, and then preservative, offender does not, And cold, offender used the corpse sexually 2 hours or more after the death. Warm, offender uses the corpse sexually less than 2 hours after the death. This renders 4 categories, A through D. So category A, cold and destructive. Notable necrophiliacs are Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer. Category B, cold and preservative. Gary Ridgway and Dennis Nilsson. These are all serial killers. Category C, the warm and destructive necrophiliacs, Andre Ciccatello and Joseph Vacher. Category D, warm and preservative, Robert Yates and Earl Nelson. And then category E, dabblers. Dabblers have transitory, opportunistic sexual relations with corpses, but do not prefer them. So Richard Ramirez and Mark Dixie considered dabblers. Category F, catathymic, CATATHYMIC, impulsively or explosively lashing out. There's no names there. Category G, exclusive necro.
That was the guy who wrote this. That's his.
It must be.
He just wrote that. He's like, nobody is this, but I am.
Robert Napier and Peter Sutcliffe are other well-known serial killers. They're exclusive necro multiphiles. And then category H, sexual cannibals and vampires, were Albert Fish and
Argoths
and Peter Curtin, which we should do an episode on I feel like Albert Fish, because he was fucking crazy. They all are. They're all crazy. So
okay, that's good.
That's that was the necrophiliac game, and I want to thank you all for sitting it out with us.
Let us know in the comments which one you are or think you are, just in the game.
Yeah. Just in the game, not in real life.
Not in real life, guys. None of this is real.
And thanks for playing that game. Well, you know what time it is?
I do. I'm pretty excited.
It's time for a song autopsy. Can you guess which artist we're going to do today?
Beach ball.
It's time for a couple of nuts song autopsy. There used to be a great tower
on the sea. You don't even know the song. You became the light on the dark side of me. Love remained a drug that's the high, not the pill.
Okay, hold on a second.
But did you know
Babe,
that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen?
Question mark. It says. So we're going to talk about right now seals.
Kimps from a rose.
I mean,
let's first off just talk about seal slaying pussy.
Oh my God, what a pussy
He
slayer.
got Heidi Klum. He's got so many
He's just a pussy
gorgeous
slayer.
girls. 'Cause he's got such swagger.
That's the thing. And I wanted to tell you about something. I was in this band and we were rehearsing. We were rehearsing at this big rehearsal studio in Burbank called Center Staging. And that's where a lot of bands rehearse. And we were taking a break. I was outside. And this dope ass fucking Audi, Ferrari, Lamborghini thing comes rolling up. Doesn't even really, actually, now that I think about it, didn't even fucking park in a parking spot. Motherfucker just stopped in the middle of the goddamn parking lot.
Did.
You know, and the door flipped up. It was one of those up flipping doors. And guess who steps out of that thing?
Seal.
It was Seal. And I don't get starstruck. All right.
You say this every time, and then you have a story about how
well,
you
I,
are
w-
starstruck.
I wasn't really starstruck about this one, but it was like one of those scenes in the movies where everyone's head just churns at the cool guy or cool girl or cool person walking in, you know. You're like, whoo. Seal gets up. He's wearing those dress trousers and that unbuttoned white dress shirt.
Crisp.
Probably has like 2 buttons buttoned up, chest just hanging out.
Probably literally only comes with 2 buttons.
Yeah, probably. So he could show all that chest off. And this mofo gets out that car, and we're just like, holy shit, that's Seal. And we're like, you know, this metal industrial band, just a group of kind of grungy looking dudes, all haggard and smoking cigarettes and probably drunk and high. And Seal just goes strutting by. Nobody said a word to him. He kind of looked at us, and, you know, I think he gave us I'm going to say that he gave us a nod because I wanted him to.
Well, you guys were in the same place.
Yeah. No, we
musicians.
were. Yeah. You know, and he walked past us and gave us a nod, and we all nodded, and then he went inside, and then we were all like, that was motherfucking Seal.
Yes, that's a Kimpses from a Rose guy.
Oh my God. And he had that it thing about him. And you just look at him and he has that aura. You're just like, dude, this guy, even if you don't know who he is, you're like, who is that guy?
Yeah, that's what I meant by, like, he's just got such a presence
He's got
about
it.
him.
Yeah, he
yeah.
does. That's why he's a pussy slayer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Kiss from a Rose.
Yeah.
Is it the perfect song? Is there a better song than it?
Absolutely.
Sure there is. But what a great song Kiss from a Rose was. Now, I was first really introduced to it because it came out in 94. And when I got introduced to it, it was they re-released it for the Batman Forever soundtrack, which is a killer soundtrack. But Seal, Kiss from a Rose, was probably the biggest song in the world for like 2-3 years. Solid. I feel like that. I feel like it's still a huge song. The lyrics, I never knew the lyrics. I don't know anything about the lyrics, and I still don't know the lyrics.
Yeah, we thought he was saying grave.
Yeah, I thought you were getting kissed by a rose.
I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave, but it's on the gray.
Yeah, so the core, well, let's just read the lyrics.
Okay. I'll read the lyrics. Here we go.
Wait a minute. I want to, wait.
You did all that other stuff.
Oh, that's true.
Jesus, you do it all.
So there used to be a gray. Okay, baby, go.
There used to be a graying tower alone on the sea. You became the light on the dark side of me. Love remained a drug, that's the high and not the pill. But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen?
Okay. Now, he's talking about drugs and getting high.
But love is the drug.
Right, but his eyes become large. That happens when you do a stimulant like cocaine or meth or PCP. Now, do you think he's talking about that?
I would think not.
Okay.
Because it's Seal.
Yeah.
And his target audience are probably like, I would think, middle-aged women.
You want to tell me right now there's no people at a fucking Seal concert high on fucking coke?
I did not say that.
And booze and just, you telling me there's nobody at home right now snorting a line of coke off a Seal CD, blasting that song high as a kite?
Now, let me rephrase that. If I think someone's at home doing a line of coke off a Seal CD, yes. Do I think they also have another CD that they're listening while they do it? No.
Right.
The music is not Seal if they are using the CD as a mirror to fucking do the line off of. So in that answer, yes and no. No, I don't think it's about drugs. I think he's trying to make love this big idea.
Yeah.
Right? And I actually am insulted if I were the woman, because he's saying, but did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen? In other words, if he's not just regularly looking at you, he doesn't see anything.
I also want you to know that snow is powdery and white.
You're right.
I fucking think this song is about cocaine.
Maybe he met a girl at a party that he was fucking high AF as, and he, like, they walked in aka Heidi Klum or something, walked in. I think he dated Tyra Banks too, one of those, and was just like, "Damn, son."
Oh man, I just typed in, what is Kiss from a Rose, and then immediately cocaine.
Oh,
Kiss from a Rose
wow.
is about drugs. I had no idea about that.
Wait, is Seal sober or like?
I have no idea. There's articles on this. Wait, is Kiss from a Rose really about cocaine?
Okay, hold on. Let's move on and see.
Yeah, I finished second verse.
Yeah. Well, baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the gray. This is the chorus. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels. Yeah. Oh. Did you just hear that?
Say it again.
You're not even listening
No,
to
I'm
me.
reading this article about it being about cocaine.
Oh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels. Yeah.
100%.
And now that your rose is in bloom, now that someone came in with a big old fat Ziploc,
Yep.
a light hits the gloom because they were on the down.
I want to tell you something.
They were on the coke down.
Cocaine comes from a plant.
But also, do you hear what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
Like, and then it came alive
Yeah.
when they got it. There is so much a man can tell you, so much he can say. When you do coke, all you do is da 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 jibber jabber all day long.
Yeah.
You remain my power, my pleasure, my pain, baby. To me, you're like a growing addiction that I can't deny. He just said it right there.
Yeah.
Won't you tell me, is that healthy, baby? He knows it's not healthy. That's got to be a rhetorical question.
Yeah, of course.
But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light you shine can be seen? And then it goes again. I've been kissed by a rose on the gray. Now that's the part that I think
Kissed from a rose on the gray. What does that mean? Kissed from a
Well,
rose.
let's think. He's talking about light and dark. He's talking about a rose. Now, not to be whatever, but a rose could also be an anus hole.
I mean, you
What if we,
get
if
all
now,
coked up.
if we were gonna rewind back and make this about booty sex,
Yeah.
does it work the same? There used to be a graying tower alone on the sea. There's just one booty hole per woman. You became the light on the dark side of me. Does that mean it was like you became the light on the dark side of me?
Well, he maybe met somebody that helped him sober up.
Yeah, and then love remained a drug. That's the high and not the pill. That when it snows, my eyes become large. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't work for booty holes.
Well, you read all that stuff?
Yeah.
You just read all of it.
I mean, I didn't repeat it however many times he repeats.
Yes, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the gray. Ooh, the more I get you, the stranger it feels. Yeah, now that your rose is in bloom.
A light hits the gloom
On the
the
gray. And then
The light hits the gloom on the gray. Did you know when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen? Women,
I compare you to a
kiss from a rose on the gray.
Ooh, the more I get you, the stranger it feels. Yeah, now that your rose is in bloom.
Okay, babe, that's a lot.
It's the gloom and the gray.
Babe, remember they have headphones on.
Oh, man.
So you sang the song and then did a line, as did I.
I was today years old when I realized that Seal's Kiss from a Rose is
It's
about
really about
cocaine.
cocaine.
Oh, my God. Cocaine.
Cocaine,
Yayo. Pablo Escobar.
white snow,
Seal. Holy
powdered
shit.
sugar.
I need to get Seal. Hey, babe.
Yeah.
Babe, get Seal on FaceTime for me, okay?
Okay. Beep, boop, 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 beep, beep. Hello.
Hey, Seal. Seal.
Hello.
Hey, Seal, this is Sean from A Couple of Nuts Talking Podcast.
Right.
How
Love
you-
you guys.
Thank you so much, Seal, and we love you. A quick
Oh.
question for you, Seal.
Yes.
Didn't mean to cut you off. Are you busy? Am I bugging you right now? Is there anything going on, or?
Hold on. Let me take my big fat dick out this pussy.
Oh shit! It's because you're a pussy slayer, right?
Well, I didn't say it. You did.
Probably high on cocaine too, right, Seal?
Well,
Anyways, quick question for you.
kiss from a rose.
That's exactly why I'm calling right now.
How did
Seal.
I know?
Seal, is your hit single, Kiss from a Rose.
Hang on. What a pleasure it is to be on. Let me just button up these 2 buttons
Oh,
on my
2.
white-collared flowing shirt.
Because you only have 2 buttons on your shirts. Because you're such a
Only
hunk.
2.
Because you're such a hunk. We had a quick question here. We were wondering if your hit song, Kiss from a Rose, released in 1994, then later re-released on the 1995 Batman Forever soundtrack.
I know which one you're talking about.
You know the one, right? Kiss from a Rose. Is that song about cocaine? Holy shit. Oh, shit.
Seal was not going to answer
He
that.
didn't answer us.
He was like, I'm going to go stick my dick in.
Holy shit.
I'm going to go stick my dick back in that pussy.
So just a little disclaimer, these are our opinions, just so you know. But our opinion is that Kiss from a Rose, written by Seal, is about cocaine.
Definitely about the white powder.
Mystery solved. Oh,
Once
wow.
again, a couple of nuts. Akon.
Here we are.
Just fucking shattering
Oh,
old
my God.
school thinking and blooming roses of cocaine of a
Cocaine.
new. Cocaine
Yeah.
of a new.
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Or the real easy way to say it is cocaine.
Cocaine.
No, cocaine.
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 This stuff's probably only funny to us.
Probably.
Yeah. Cocaine.
Speaking of cocaine, let's just kind of roll with this here. You've never done cocaine.
Never.
Yeah.
I do have a story though. I have friends that do it, and it's funny because coke's like one of those drugs where if you don't do it, you're not invited. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, it's, almost like drinking too.
Yeah. Well, drinking's a little more mainstream. Like you can do that
Cocaine
anywhere.
may be a little more exclusive.
Right. But I had a group of friends that were like my friends. And I knew they did it and they knew I didn't. And so like at some point they just started doing it in front of me, like, and I didn't care. And one of my very good friends, she was like, she's like, do you want to come to the bathroom with me? I'm going to do a line. I was like, sure. And she was at work. So I went in with her and I was just watching. And then, and she was just doing it over the toilet, like on a little compact. And then at the end, there was stuff on the mirror.
Yeah.
And she was like, give me your pinky.
A little residue.
Yeah. She's like, just give me your pinky. I was like, what? And she's like, just wipe it and put it on your teeth. And I was like, or on your gums. And I was like, okay. So it was, and by the way, this is not long ago. This is like less than 10 years ago. And I put it on my lip, on my gums.
Yeah.
And then I walked out. We were at a bar. She was working. And I kept on taking my tongue and like feeling my lip.
Yes.
And like grabbing my lip and being like, I can't. And she just kept being like, stop it. Stop.
Yeah.
She's like, everyone will just stop. And I'm like, I can't feel my lip.
I hate that. Oh, I hate it.
And the taste in my mouth was disgusting.
The worst cotton mouth.
And I was like, oh, and literally she was like, I'm never doing that again with you.
You're so cute.
And
I have done cocaine copious amounts of times. I have put it in a syringe and I have shot it up into my veins
I don't know.
straight
I think
up.
that's weird. I laugh at it. I'm like,
No, it's like, it's of course, because it's hilarious that anyway, I was my own doctor, but I never liked cocaine. I hated the numb. I wanted to knock my teeth out every time I snorted it and then I put it on my gums. I hated that.
But yet you would still continually do it.
I would
copious
do
amounts of time.
Yeah, well, I shot it up and smoked it more than anything.
Wait, you shot it up and separate times.
Separate times.
So you would either
First
shoot
time
it up.
I ever did cocaine was sprinkled on some weed. We found my friend's dad's stash, and so we sprinkled a little coke on some weed, and we smoked it.
Is that essentially crack then?
No, cocaine and crack are two different things. But boy, oh boy, I hate that numb feeling. And I hated it, and I still did it. And then I swallow like repeatedly, like because I felt like my throat was closing up.
Throat, I'm guessing,
Well,
because you were snorting it.
Of course, so it numbs everything in your nose all the way down your throat. And I don't know, people fucking love that. I cannot stand that. The high is is cool, I guess. But whenever I snorted it, I was focusing more on the numbness of my teeth, and then felt like my throat was closing up.
I feel like it's fleeting too. Like
It's a quick.
because
It's not as long as
they were constantly. My
Oh,
friends
yeah.
constantly needing another hit,
Yeah,
another bump.
yeah. It's in my opinion. I liked it with heroin, but that's just me.
Right.
We call those Belushis.
Mm.
John Belushi.
Oh.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he liked that too.
Yeah, it's just interesting. When I used to work as a bartender, or a waitress, I did both. At a music venue. So it was prevalent, very prevalent, all drugs, but a lot of coke. And it was always the worst customers, because especially as a service waitress, like I'd work in VIP, and I'm sure almost all of my people were on it, but you could tell because they wouldn't stop talking to me. Like just jibber jab,
Very talkative on it.
and it's like, I got shit to do. I got drinks to bring. Like, please stop talking to me.
Yeah.
And it was always about nothing, or they would repeat themselves. And I think it's like one of those drugs that make people who are normally not social more social.
Oh yeah.
But there's a reason why those people shouldn't be social.
I had some of the most intense, deepest conversations.
That's what you think
about
but I bet
nothing
Yeah,
on
yeah.
cocaine, and I can't even remember what I talked about. It was so pointless.
Because I've never done it, and I've been around just endless days of people doing it. There is a bravado, like a confidence that comes with it. And like you said, they're literally saying nothing.
Yeah.
So as a normal, sober brain, it's like slack jaw
Yeah.
when they're talking. Because you're like, I cannot listen to your fucking jibber jabber anymore.
Yeah.
You're saying nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Just say no. You know, that's or
Yeah.
if you want to do it. Fuck it, whatever.
You know what's funny?
We'll just say
People
no.
ask me that all the time when they find out that I've never like done drugs. I've only done a half of an ecstasy. I have zero desire. I think because I was surrounded by so many people who did it, that I never wanted to look like that. There's nothing in me that makes me go, well, that's something I want to be. That looks like it's fun. I don't know. I just feel like.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I had a best friend that we would run to clubs with all the time. Like, we would go and see all these bands together, and she was a cokehead. I mean, that's what we used to call them. I don't know if they still are called that. But, and in the mornings, she was a nightmare.
Yeah.
And she used to always tell me that it stores in your spine.
Yeah,
Coke.
that may be true. I've heard that
And-
about some drugs too.
Yeah, and I was like, well, at what point do you wake up one day and go, you know what? I'm just going to make sure that my spine doesn't get injured or used as a storage unit
Yeah.
for this chemical.
Yeah. That's why if you want to become an astronaut, you can never have used drugs, I believe, because something about the being up there in space can release the
Yeah.
shit from your spine into your system. You
Yeah,
can get
zero
all fucking
gravity.
high up there, which would be dope.
No, that would be terrifying.
Huh.
Guys,
Well,
Sean talked me into doing just one line of Coke before we leave.
she just did some coke, everybody.
Oh, no, I haven't done it yet.
Oh,
That's why we're going to say goodbye.
We got to go do some coke, everybody.
Guys, Sean talked me into just trying one little bump. So we gotta go. I'm gonna give that a whirl with one of my credit cards.
It's been a lot of fun spending a little time with y'all. And thanks for hanging out with us.
Bye for now.
Stay nutty, everybody.
Kimpses.
Kimpses. Bethany and Sean. We are a couple of nuts talking